Hello to our audience out there, our viewers. We just wanted to thank you for your viewership so far. We have been so encouraged to keep doing these videos, right, Bine? Today we are going to venture out for the very first time. We are doing, what are we making?
We're making Moroccan cookies.
Moroccan cookies. I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but I think it sounds like ma'moul. And it is a cookie that is filled with dates. And this is our first time, so we're gonna give it a try, and we hope you enjoy the ride. Vinay, you wanna go ahead and introduce our ingredients for our filling?
Yes, so we have date paste, we have pure almond extract,
Pure almond extract.
pure vanilla extract, we have cardamom, and we grinded it.
Yep, we ground it.
Yeah. And we have cinnamon. Then we have 1 tablespoon of water.
And we've got some canola oil in here, right? So about
I can't see it.
1.5 teaspoons. And so we're gonna start with our filling, and then we're gonna make our cookie dough, and we'll put it together and we'll see how it goes. This particular recipe is inspired by Cusiniere, and we wanna thank them for putting this out, because I actually was looking for a recipe for a yummy treat from Morocco, and we went to Morocco last January. Yeah, we have a blog about it for those who are subscribed to familytravelafrica.com. It is called Laying Over in Casablanca. So Bine, do you remember when we went through Morocco, spent a couple of days in Casablanca in January?
Yes. I remember when we went to this ice cream smoothie place and I fell asleep on the table.
I know. Well, we didn't have a chance to try these, which is why we're really curious to make these cookies. So Bine, this is the date paste, and we went ahead and opened it up just so our viewers can see what it looks like. It kind of looks like this, and in here is 17 ounces, so a little over 16 ounces. So we took 1/4 of that, kind of estimating to be about 4 ounces, and we went ahead and put it in here. Okay, and this is our paste, and we're going to go ahead and add our ingredients we talked about. So first we'll put our canola oil. So Bine, let's go ahead and pour the oil in there. The oil we can barely see.
It, but it's in there.
It's in there. See, it doesn't take much. And then the next thing we need is our almond extract. So open that up and give us 1/8 of a teaspoon, please. So we need 1/8 of almond extract. Good job, Bine. Try to do it over it just in case. Okay. These are teeny tiny measurements because there's just a whole lot of flavor packed into these extracts. And now what we're gonna add to it is 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Remember that 1/4 you were looking at? Perfect. Let's pop this open. You got this. Good job. And we're just mixing it all up. On her blog, she talks about how to make this paste. So we kind of cheated by finding the paste and just buying it. And that way we don't have to make it from dates. But she has a great breakdown of how you can make this paste just using a saucepan and a few ingredients with your dates. And now we're gonna add 1/8 teaspoon of cardamom. So we actually had this cardamom. Bangta, can you show them in the container here? So that's what it looks like, you know. So those are like, they look like little seeds, but the shellings, you know, look more like this. We actually used our coffee grinder to grind this up to make that, and it just has a lot of intensity. Coffee grinder that I love to use, I've had this for years, is Krups, and it's just a really good brand that I can rely on. So we're gonna go ahead and mix this up. Very good.
The cardamom smells very, when you smell it, it's very strong.
And lastly, we're adding our water. This is just a tablespoon of water to it. And since we're not using a saucepan on the stovetop, I'm gonna pop this in the microwave just so we get a nice good mix, and then that's our filling for our cookie dough. So we had this in the microwave for about 15 seconds just to get everything nice and mixed up. And we're gonna get started with our cookie dough, for which we'll be using this date filling.
So for our ingredients for our
Cookie dough.
we have butter.
That's about 6 tablespoons of butter.
Yes, and this is 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons of canola oil.
Yes.
Yeah. 2 cups of
Flour.
mm-hmm.
1/4 of milk.
1/4 cup.
Yeah,
of milk.
1/4 cup. And
actually, the sugar is 1 tablespoon. So we just put it in that. That's a little bigger.
And then we have yeast.
And that's a 1/4 teaspoon of yeast.
Why does yeast look like that? Just
So what is yeast, Bine? What is yeast?
fungi.
Yeah, so it's just dried. The scientific name for this is Saccharomyces. And so this is Fleischmann's Rapid Rise Instant Yeast, fast acting. A pack of these has about 2 1/4 teaspoons, so that's a 1/4 teaspoon. And just so our viewers know, this is all-purpose flour, right?
Yeah.
We're going to use some vanilla, so our vanilla is going to be about a 1/2 teaspoon. And we have a very curious Cusiniere here. Very curious. I think he's going to be part of this process. Going to make some cookie dough. I know he's going to eat the cookies. So these measurements are directly from her website, Curious Cusiniere. And we're going to go step by step in making our dough. So Bine, the first step is to mix our milk and yeast. So I would just do it in this little bowl. And there goes our milk. And I'll help you with the yeast. And it's supposed to foam up, right?
Yeah. Do we mix it?
I'm gonna mix it around a little bit. Why not? And we'll just set it aside. And it's supposed to foam up in about 5 minutes or so. So we'll just put that to the side. Maybe over that way. Perfect. And then we have our flour here. So you want to mix the sugar. Let's put the sugar in there. And this is where we get a lot of hand action. So Bine, yes, you did wash your hands.
Hold on.
We'll be back after she gets her hands washed. So we're back, and Bine is ready for that hand action we talked about. So we're gonna rub the oil and the melted butter into the flour with your fingertips.
So
Yep, so you literally dump this in there.
You dump that in there.
So maybe you let's mix up the sugar and flour.
With my hands?
Yep, of course, it's all hand action. Yep, it's always nice to get those blended up a little bit. Take it easy, take it easy. Okay, now I'm just gonna drop this in there, pour it in there. So you keep doing what you're doing. Is that good?
It feels cool.
Feels cool. I knew you'd like it. Gotta use those fingertips, Bine, and there goes the oil. Get it in there. Don't let anything go dry. We need this baby doughy. Okay. So Bine has been going at it. She's using our fingertips here. It's supposed to be this very sandy texture, which is what we have. So now she's going to add the milk and yeast mixture. I can pour it in for you. So keep doing what you're doing. And you notice what was once like you could see the grains of yeast is now pretty, I wouldn't call it foamy. It's more smooth and
Sticky.
yeah, it is sticky. But yeah. So you gotta mix that up gently with your fingers. And then we're gonna add our water, just a little bit at a time. So now we're adding our half teaspoon of vanilla. And now we're gonna add our water, just little by little. Hey, you wanna add the water? Why don't you hold on to the vanilla? Here you go. I love vanilla. It's pure vanilla extract. And little by little, keep making your dough. All right, so Binay, keep going at that. You can smell the cardamom. So Binay, we've got our dough all rolled up, and we're gonna cover it and set aside for
10 minutes.
10 minutes. So, because this was our first time doing this, I had to do a couple on my own, figure out if I was able to follow through with the instructions, and then show you what I am managing to do here. So we're gonna walk you through. You know, we have about how many made here already? 4. Bine, was je looie bij?
Mama, you're getting 5.
Hoeveel bij Bumbo? Heb je mee te zeggen? Okay, and yep, and now we're up to 5. So what I did was, here is our dough taken out. So this is about a tablespoon, and you get a tablespoon of your dough, more or less. Bine did a great job putting that together, and you just kind of roll it up into a ball, and I just use my thumb to make a thumbprint. And that is where our filling is going to go. So there's your thumbprint or index fingerprint. But so it looks like that. I'm going to lay this down for here. And then I'm going to come back around here with my date paste. And this here is just a teaspoon. Take a teaspoon of that. And I'm going to scoop it in. Did this a few times. Sometimes it just gets a little messy in the kitchen, and that sometimes means that it's just tastier. So what I'm doing is pushing it into that thumbprint and then covering it on the sides here. So just trying to fold it over. We're trying to lose our date in here without getting it so messy. So we have that use some fingers that haven't been touched by the date. Yep, and then now I'm gonna roll it into a ball. I can follow her directions. And after that, just a little bit of flattening here. And there we have it, our date-filled cookie dough. So I'm gonna do this a few more times and we'll be ready to bake. help. Little Mr. Tse wanted her to carry him, so I think he's happy now playing with the ball. So while Binet was gone, you saw how we rolled up our cookie dough. And if you look, I'm just gonna play around with a little bit of decorating. I guess you can decorate however you want. You can put designs on the tops. The recipe actually meant that we would have 20 of these. As you can see, we only have 15. I think it's mostly because of my estimations or guesstimations. So I have some cookies that are slightly larger than others. But it should be fine, right? Binet?
Mama, can we add sprinkles on the top?
Well, we're gonna do powdered sugar when it's all done.
Okay.
And then the other thing to remember is 350 degrees for how long? 25 minutes. All right, so we're gonna pop these in the oven and we are excited to show you what they look like. So we are back, just took it out the oven. Can show you what it looks like. We have some powdered sugar, so Binet's gonna sieve onto. You wanna hold on to that? Yeah, and then I'll put it in here and we'll see how it looks if we want some more. So crank away, Binet. You gotta move it, right? Yeah, great. Keep going. Nice.
I don't want to use this spoon.
It's okay. All right, very good.
Oh, geez.
Binet, that's enough.
I love sugar.
We see you love sugar. So we're gonna go ahead and try these. Binet, you can be our first taste person. Can you open it up? Let's see what it looks like on the inside. Very nice. And turn it around. But yeah, perfect. I like it. It looks pretty good. And tell us how it tastes. So it looks like it rose a lot, right? Still kind of hot. But that yeast probably did that to it. Hot, hot, hot. I'll try it. This is good. The sugar. The sugar kind of hits the back of your throat. We certainly are enjoying the treat. If you're as adventurous or curious, the recipe is in detail on Curious Cuisiniere. And as soon as it cools off, a little man gets to try it.
Yes, you can taste the cardamom in it and the cinnamon.
Okay, I got the cinnamon more than the cardamom.
Since when I smelled the cardamom earlier, it was very strong, and it's also very strong in taste.
Okay. Bongta, what did you think?
It was perfect.
It was perfect. Okay. The dough was not very sweet, so if you like a sweeter dough, you would have to add a little more sugar. But by and large, it is quite delicious. And so I think we're gonna wrap it up here because people are already looking for seconds. As warm as it is. All right. Thank you all. Family Travel Africa is our channel. Please subscribe and follow if you like what you see. Let us know what else you would like us to try. We're all about these different recipes from different places we've traveled to and places we would love to travel to as well. So thank you for watching, and until next time, Binet, you want to say goodbye?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I love you.
Bye-bye.
I hope you like my video. Yes, you do. Subscribe.